There's a cost of living crisis, but can employees take on a second job to help cope financially? Hello, I'm Dominic Walker. Welcome to JMW's Inside Man YouTube channel. Please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and keep the conversation going in the comments section as well. So a new survey published by the website comparethemarket.com has revealed that nearly half of working adults have considered taking on a second job just to cope financially with the cost of living crisis. Charlotte Beeley is an associate solicitor within JMW's employment law team. So Charlotte, can employees take on a second job if they're already employed?
Well, not all employees are permitted under the contract of employment to take on a second role. So nowadays we see many employment contracts that contain either an exclusivity clause, which effectively prohibits an employee from seeking additional employment, although these are often unenforceable, particularly in the case of 0 hours workers and employees earning under the lower earnings limit. Contracts can also contain a clause restricting the employee from taking on other work that competes with or will detract from their performance in the current role. Or the contracts might contain a clause requiring that the employee seeks consent before taking up any additional employment or self-employment. So I think employees and employers alike will just need to check the terms of the employment if an employee is taking on a second role.
And what can an employer do if an employee does take a second job?
So if an employee does take on a second role and they breach one of the clauses that are contained in the employment contract, it's likely to be grounds for disciplinary action. However, employees must act reasonably, proportionally and consistently in the response to these breaches. And it might be worth considering whether, in the current circumstances, discretion is given to permit employees to take on some forms of additional employment. Employers should also review whether there are any health and safety implications of allowing an employee to take on an additional role, as well as ensuring that these employees have opted out of the working time regulations. So, for example, the 48-hour working week. Taking on a second role if they're already working, say 40 hours a week, may take them over that threshold. Having a second job can also pose a potential risk to health and safety in the workplace. For example, where tired and overworked staff are far more likely to make mistakes and cause accidents, which will pose a risk to their own health and safety and that of other employees. So employees do need to take that into account.
And so with the cost of living crisis in mind, what can employers do and how can JMW's employment law team help?
So the cost of living crisis is inevitably going to force more and more employees into secondary employment, more than what we've ever seen before. So employers really should look to support individuals at this time. They need to be alive to the fact that taking up a second role in the current climate is likely to indicate that an employee is struggling financially. Financial difficulty is obviously a leading cause of stress, and employees may therefore benefit from being offered other forms of wellbeing support by their employer. There are a lot of resources out there at the moment which will assist employees with the financial wellbeing, which employers can bring to the attention of their employees. So if an employer is unsure on what to do, then obviously they can contact the employment team here at JMW and we can assist and we can point them in the direction of these resources that are out there.
Thank you for your insight, Charlotte. And if you'd like to contact Charlotte or the employment law team here at JMW Solicitors for more information, you can email insideman@jmw.co.uk. I'm Dominic Walker, JMW's Inside Man.